good, D.N.A fan? It's your boy Dave. Welcome to the channel. I am back with another video, and as you can tell by today's title, how well are you prepared to defend your home? The reason why I brought this up is because, or the reason why I'm talking about this is because the other night while I was sleeping, I thought I heard no movement and noise downstairs, and it had me thinking, in a situation like that, if someone was to break in, how well am I prepared to defend my home? And so I had to really think about that whole and understand that how well am I prepared to defend my home? How well do I know my home? I have some other layers of security that allows me to go through a process. And when I mean layers, meaning number one, I live in a gated community, which means that you have to enter in a key code to get into the community. Second thing, I have deadbolt locks on the main entry, the main points of entry. Lastly, I have an alarm system that's not only a battery backup alarm system, but it's also connected to cellular coverage in the event that the phone line is cut. So I have these three factors or three layers of security before I get to my fourth layer of security. Now, most people, when it comes to defending their home, they'll either have, maybe some have an assault rifle, maybe some have shotguns or pistols. But whatever it is you have, to defend your home, that's what you choose to use. Now, in my case, I have several pistols and assault rifles throughout the house that I'm using to defend my home. So I had to really, as I'm laying there, I really thought about that scenario. What would have happened if someone broke in? Okay, so that meant that they got past the first layer, which means they gained entry into the community. Second, meaning they were able to bypass the deadbolt locks. Third, maybe the alarm was an alarm, or maybe they were able to circumvent the alarm. I don't know. Either way, they got past those three layers. Okay, now they're in your home, your sleep. I started thinking about the layout of my home. I started thinking about, again, the main points of entry. And I also got thinking about the distance between the front door to the first set of stairs. I started thinking about the distance from the basement coming up the stairs. How many stairs are there? I started thinking about a number of different things that allows me to kind of calculate in a worst case scenario what would happen or what would I do in this situation. And so, I'll go through a basic layout of what I've done. So on the main level, I have a number of different options that I can choose to use to defend my home. Now, throughout the house, I have scattered probably about 6 or 7 4-inch blades. Some are hidden, some are strategically placed. And so I have a few of these throughout the first level and the main level. Now, I also have one of my other pistols, not this one, but it's downstairs right now, on the main level, hidden. I keep that one there because it allows me access to a pistol in the need if someone were to break in the house midday, if I happen to be in the kitchen. You never know. You don't plan for these type of things. They just kind of happen. So I have access to a pistol hidden on the main level, in addition to the multiple 4-inch blades that I have. Now, as you go up to the main level, where I have my office, which is where I'm currently at right now, I have my trusty assault rifle. Then I also have 2 other pistols up here as well. Now, in my office, which throughout the week and throughout the day, I spend a great deal amount of my time, I have quick access to my assault rifle. So, I'm home during the day, I hear glass break, because typically most people turn the alarm off during the day. But, and again, in this situation, the alarm is off, and I hear something, I hear movement. I have my assault rifle that I can grab within 2 seconds, which already has a 30 round mag attached to it with green tipped hollow points, or green tipped armor piercing ammo inside. Or, you know, I also have on standby about 5 other 30-round mags as well. Now, for the bedroom, I have 2 pistols that I keep literally on each nightstand. So I have 1 on each nightstand. I have, for my SIG, I have a 18-round mag capacity magazine with hollow points, and then for the Smith & Wesson, I have a 17-round mag capacity with hollow points in those as well. So depending on where I am in the bed, middle, side, I can get access to a pistol just like that. And so I keep both of those, one in the chamber, already loaded, ready to rock and roll. And so I had to, you know, so again, that's just my particular layout. That's just how, you know, how I have things set up here. You know, you may have something different, but just for me, having access to some sort of weapon, no matter where I am throughout the house, was important. So that's why I strategically placed, you know, a pistol on the main level, a bunch of 4-inch knives. Hell, even in my master bathroom, I have access to a 4.5-inch serrated blade. So again, worst case scenario, I'm never without anything. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, you know, are you really prepared to defend your home in the event of a B&E? And I had to really think about that in a scenario, you know, how well am I prepared to defend the home? Now, I've taken a number of different training courses. You know, I've taken low light classes. I've taken a, what do you call it? A self-defense or home defense, a home invasion type of class. There are a number of different things that, you know, I prepared myself for when I took this course, or, you know, I trained for when I took this course. But you take the course, and some stuff you retain, some stuff you don't. So the question, or the key is God forbid, in an emergency on a situation, are you prepared to use those skills and tactics that you use? And so I find myself, it's funny, let me know if you guys do this, but I actually find myself at nights, sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night, maybe say to use the restroom, and I would actually grab my pistol, and I have a tactical light. So I would grab my pistol and the light, and I would literally practice moving throughout the house in a low light situation at random times throughout the night. And so, you know, I've had conversations with some of my friends, and they chuckled, ha ha ha, why would you do that? But again, you can't prepare yourself for something unless you train yourself for it. And so, not to say that, yeah, I'm sitting there waiting for that today, but, you know, you never know what happens. You never know what scenario you'll be in. And like I mentioned earlier, the 3 layers of defenses that I already have set up with the gated community, with the deadbolt locks and the alarm, if someone were to bypass all 3, or, you know, in the middle of the day, as simple as somebody following somebody into the neighborhood. Like I said, you know, throughout the day, most people turn their alarm off. And so, you know, you can easily, I'm not gonna say easily, but, you know, you can bypass, break into a home, even with deadbolt locks. Let's not, you know, let's not assume that's the ultimate form of security and defense, like having a deadbolt means that it's impenetrable. I mean, that's not true. So anyway, going back to what I was saying. And so I had to understand that the layout of my home, and me knowing that, is the most critical thing that I have against, you know, whichever or whomever parties or whoever decides to try to break in. Nobody knows your home better than you. And so understanding the difference between cover and concealment. In my house, especially on certain levels, whether in the main level or on the upper level, I have places where I can conceal myself and you wouldn't even see. I can see you, but you wouldn't be able to see me. I also have places to cover as well. So, you know, again, understanding the difference between cover versus concealment, understanding, you know, how many steps does it take from your front door to get to the staircase leading to the upstairs? How many stairs do you have? What's the distance between the top of your stairs to your bedroom? You know, if you had kids, loved ones staying with you, you know, what's the difference between, or the steps from where you are to where they are? All those things I've taken into account so that I understand in a real life worst case scenario situation, how can I protect my family? Like, I had to understand it and had to do that. And so, you know, at night, where statistically most break-ins occur, being able to navigate throughout the house in low light is extremely critical. So like I said, you know, I have a number of different things. Even on my rifle, I have a tack light. First, let me go ahead and, all right, weapon is cleared. I have a tack light at the end of my rifle. And so same thing with my pistols. I have tack lights attached to them that allows me to easily navigate throughout the house. So guys, I just wanted to spend a few minutes just to talk about, you know, how well prepared are you to defend your home? Because like I said, at the end of the day, we never know when something like that happens. It just kind of, you know, it's either a target attack or, you know, it's a random D.N.A. You never know. And so, you know, for me, being able to defend my home, protect my family is of the utmost importance, you know. But I will say, at the end of the day, don't try to be a hero. You know, call 911, let the police handle it. Now, if you're someone like myself, my shirt clearly says, all faster than dialing 911, 22, 300, 9mm, 40 cal, and 45. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to protecting my home and protecting my family, if I feel like my life is, you know, threatened, or my family life is threatened, I will defend it with any means necessary. I will defend it any means necessary. You know, each state has their own rules governing, castle doctrine, stand your ground, and things like that. So as long as you understand, you know, where you live and how you can protect yourself, and again, making sure that if you are in a state that isn't a gun-friendly state, such as a state that I live in, making sure that, you know, your life was threatened before you decide to pull that trigger, making sure that you've exhausted all measures from an escape standpoint before you decide to pull that trigger. You know, just because somebody broke in your house doesn't necessarily give you the right to go ahead and shoot them. 9 times out of 10, most people doing B&Es, they're just coming to steal. And they usually don't have a weapon. Maybe a crowbar, maybe something to pick the locks. Again, I can only go by statistics and, you know, what's reported. So you can't just go off and shoot somebody just because they broke in your house. Now, they break in your house and they have a weapon. They have, you know, a blade. Maybe they have a pistol. Now, at that point, if you've been alerted to their presence and they've been alerted to your presence and they still decide to, you know, because a lot of times when someone's breaking in your house, from what I've seen, again, these are all statistics, the moment they hear something, they're scrambling to run out and leave. Now, in the event someone breaks in, you grab your pistol, you decide to investigate, and they're still there. And whether they decide to fire upon you or, you know, freeze, don't move, again, at that point, your life is in harm. Your life is in danger. And so, you know, get to cover. You know, try to dial 911 first. Again, there's no perfect scenario that says do these 3 things in that situation. You know, you have to understand that before you decide to pull that trigger, depending on the state you live in, you have to fall under the category of, was my life threatened? Was I under imminent danger or imminent threat? You know, if I'm at the top of the stairwells holding my pistol out and he's at the bottom of my stairwells, bottom of my stairwell or staircase, and let's just say he has a hammer, or let's just say he has a crowbar. Now, am I immediately under threat or danger? Probably not, because I have the upper advantage. One, I got the high road. My pistol's pointing down towards him. He has, a crowbar, a bat, maybe even a knife. But now, if he has a pistol, or if he has something else that can quickly close the distance between where he is and where you are, that's a different story. But again, check with each state, because like I said, everybody has different rules regarding protecting your home, the castle doctrine, and standing your ground. Like I said, it varies from state to state. So anyway, when you get a chance, tell me some of the things that you do to protect your home. I don't pretend like I know everything. There's still a lot of things that I need to learn on my own. So, tell me some things that you guys do. That being said, thank you guys for tuning in. D.N.A. out. Oh, yeah. So, like I said, I have pistols all over the place.